Hello, my name's Carol and I teach on the Fine Art course at QE, and I've taught on the Fine Art course for quite a while. So I'm a practicing artist. My own interest in art is in ideas about the representation of women. So fine art to me is about expressing ideas or exploring ideas through making. So that can be that can be anything. So here on Fine Art, students make and look at ideas through the processes of drawing, painting, sculpture, mixed media, film, installation. Some people take a very conceptual approach to their art making, and some people take a very process-led approach to their studies. So it's entirely up to you. So the way that the course works is that when you start, we do quite a lot of workshops where you can develop your skills. So we do casting, drawing in different media, casting in different media. We do photography. We look at how we can put materials or ideas through different processes. Look at the way that things communicate visually, so to develop our own visual language. And if you want to check that out, we have an Instagram account, and the art department at the moment we're putting quite a lot of stuff on Instagram, so you'll get to see students who've just started the course going through some of those processes. And the course is split into two components. So the first component is the one where you do a lot of these workshops, and then you start working towards a personal investigation. So you can put all of the skills that you've got, or use some of the skills that you've developed into realising your ideas where you've chosen a personal starting point. And that can be anything. So examples that some people have chosen include things like ideas about identity, or some people take a more process-led approach and they might look at the process of painting. So it's entirely up to you what you want to investigate. And so you'll do that for 60% of the course, and then for 40% of the course you'll do an externally set exam, which is kind of the same thing but on a smaller scale. So fine art to me is it's a very special course, because it's perhaps the only subject where you're doing something that you set the goals. So it's totally self-directed in terms of what your ideas are and how you want to realise them, because obviously we can't have an idea for anybody else. You have to have the ideas. So those skills teach you lots of things, like how to work in a self-directed way, how to realise goals, how to work towards deadlines. And students go on to do things in curating, or being an artist, being a curator, working in schools, working in community education, working in any kind of education. The creative industries, there are so many jobs you wouldn't believe. Like this morning we had a talk with the education officer from Bowes Museum, and her job sounds fascinating. So she works with all different kinds of people, and she was talking about the way that the museum try and make every exhibition open to as many people as possible. So I think in a way that's sort of like fine art in general. There's many different ways into it. Again, it's up to you what skills you want to develop and to go on to university. So you might want to focus on learning how to paint, or you might want to focus on much more conceptual ways of realising your ideas, like using text, or maybe interventions into things. So the world's your oyster, basically. And when you go on to university, there's a whole range of courses, different kind of fine art specialisms, so there is genuinely something for everybody. And if you're the kind of student who likes to challenge yourself, realise your own ideas, and basically explore things through making, and explore ways in which you can visually communicate your ideas, then fine art's for you.